to talk to you tonight about what happens when technology meets tequila. And that might sound kind of messy, but there's some really cool stuff that happens. Who here knows where tequila comes from? The bar. It comes from the agave plant, yeah, and it comes from the state of Jalisco, Mexico. And Jalisco, Mexico is the birthplace of tequila, and it's the only place on earth where when the liquor of the agave plant is distilled, it can actually be called tequila. It can only come from Jalisco, Mexico. That's the state. The capital of Jalisco is Guadalajara. And Guadalajara is Mexico's second largest city with 4.5 million people. And it's considered the world capital of tequila. Woo! They're supposed to I was going to use a shot glass, but I didn't have one, so I have a big cup. It's also one of the fastest growing tech cities in North America. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it's one of the fastest growing technology centers in North America, and it's called the Silicon Valley of Mexico. So, like Portland, Guadalajara has a burgeoning tech community, and it's more than just a bunch of coders and hackers. It's actually like a movement, and it's a movement that is changing a nation, really, quite honestly. And the quote here is from it's a very interesting article that was about a year ago or so in TechCrunch. Codiando, Mexico is a community of developers and designers and some government people and citizens that is aimed at civic innovation and to change their nation. And they want to change their nation through technology, and they're doing it. So about a year ago, the Mexican government hired a company who has ties into the Mexican government to develop a mobile application for them. The price for that was $270,000 a month for 34 months. $9.3 million to develop a mobile application, a fairly simple one at that. It was just obvious corruption. So Codiando, Mexico got wind of this, and they put out a challenge. They said, no way. And they put out a challenge to the tech community in Guadalajara and said, let's do something about this. And they did. And they said, we will create the application for free for the government, and the government just has to choose one of the applications. And we're going to take down this fraud that's happening. And they did it. And the government chose one of the applications. They got an audience before legislature, and they had one of the 5 applications actually created was chosen to do that. And it actually had a really cool government accountability in the application where politicians were actually rated on whether or not they were attending their legislator meetings. It was pretty cool. So they're doing something about it. So why are we talking about that? Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but Portland and Guadalajara are actually sister cities. They've been sister cities since 1983. What is a sister city? I don't really know, but I have 3 sisters. And one of them's pretty sensible, one of them's kind of eclectic, and one's a little bit crazy. But they're all very different, yet they're similar in some really important ways. And they get together and they do stuff. They're sisters, and they stick up for each other. They've got each other's backs, and they talk a lot. And maybe that's how we should interact with our sister city. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. We're both considered the city of roses. That's pretty interesting. We like soccer here, right? Timbers, go Timbers, yeah? Okay, yeah. They don't just like soccer down in Mexico. They sacrifice a little baby, never before kicked soccer ball at the top of the stadium stairs before each game to Los Dios de Fútbol. Close. It's almost like that. Okay, so there's also a connection with booze, actually. So we're the microbrew capital of the world. Woo! They are the tequila capital of the world. And we both have these burgeoning tech communities. Is this a coincidence? Probably, but maybe there's some creative juices there, I don't know. But really down to the main part of it is the technology that's going on there. The tech center, the tech community in Guadalajara is a lot like it is in Portland. And in Portland, we have mature tech companies who have grown up here and created an entire tech universe. I'm sure you guys have seen that diagram before of the tech universe, the Silicon Forest. And competition for good talent here in the Silicon Forest is pretty tough. It's pretty fierce. Guadalajara also has this tech scene going on, this burgeoning tech community. And mature tech companies haven't grown up there, but they've moved there. And all these names that you see up here, which is kind of hard to see, but all these names you see up here, they have the delivery centers or development centers down there in Guadalajara. And the competition for talent is also fierce down there. But the reason they've gone down there, almost done, is that there's about 16 universities right there in Guadalajara and around Guadalajara in tech schools where they're able to, there's this momentum of technology-centered people coming out of these universities that then go into these big companies. And eventually, they say, you know what? I want to do something cool. I want to change the world. And they go out and they change the world. And that's where you and I come in. Because in the Northwest, we also are changing the world with technology. And we have a lot of cool things going on, a lot of new startups, a lot of good business going on here in technology. And maybe, just maybe, together with companies like my company that has technology ties into Guadalajara, we can start to change the world and solve the world's problems around a couple tequilas on a Saturday night, or Friday, or Monday night. So there we go.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. Questions, thoughts?
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
I'm actually from Guadalajara.
Woo! Look at that.
Mexico. I did my school there, then I did everything, all the schools here in the U.S. I'm currently living here with my family, but I'm really surprised. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. Awesome, there we go. Look at that. I'll pay you later. Any other questions?
What do you do?
What do I do? I work for I work for a technology company. We're a software development company. We have a delivery center down in Mexico, down in Guadalajara, and we pick off the cream of the crop from all these companies that have delivery centers down there, because there really is a group of civic-minded idealists down there who want to change the world, and they're looking for a way to do that. And there's ways to do that by connecting with technology companies in the States as well as down there in Mexico. And so that's what I do. So we do software development. My company's name is Unosquare.
Why don't drink water? Only tequila.
Only tequila. Any other questions?
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, one back there.
So how do we get involved?
How do you get involved? You can talk to me later. Yeah, look me up. I'm on the list.
Actually, we're going to go over to the Thirsty Lion after, and you can have tequila
There you go.
over at the Thirsty Lion afterward.
I'll leave the rest of this up here for somebody.